Hi everyone, it's Sue here from Scrappy Doo Sue. How are we all today? Thanks for any returning subscribers and thank you to any new subscribers. I'm now over the 400 subscriber mark, so mine has been a very slow process really, and there are some crafters that have come on, well, in the last few months that have way surpassed my subscriber level, but I think maybe that's down to the fact that because I have to work, I'm unable to do kind of videos every day. But you know, once I retire in a couple of years time, hopefully, I think it's about 2.5 years officially that I could retire. I'll be 66 then. So in the UK, that's when currently women can get the government pension. So I'm you know, waiting for those times. Anyway, I did say that at the beginning of this Edith Holden 4-season series that if I reach 500 plus subscribers by the time I finished the 4 seasons, then I will be giving one of these folios away. So that's something to look forward to. I hope you think that. Anyway, this is the spring folio. So the winter folio is nearly finished. Just bring that back in. That's nearly finished. That is a 3 envelope folio, following Inky process, and you've seen that a few times now, so I won't get that out again today. So we're now onto the spring, and this is going to be a 4 envelope folio, and I've kind of designed it. So the last time I saw you, I left you and said I was going to do the strengthening of the spine, which I've done. So I've just put a layer of washi tape down, covered it with some cotton material and glued it down, and then on the back I repeated it. And then what you have to do once you've done that is you just have to reassign those creases that you made to make that spine there. And once you've done that, then it's fine. So what I had already done off camera is I've inked around everything, and before I put this together I'd already gone through my Edith Holden Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady and got out all the spring related pages and things that I wanted to cover these envelopes with. So in the Northern Hemisphere, where we are in the UK, spring is sort of end of March to end of June. So those are the pages I've gone for. Okay, so as I say, I've inked around all of these. I will be strengthening these flaps here. So I'll strengthen by sticking some scrap Edith Holden paper, pages up paper underneath these. And I'll also mat the inside of these with a piece of, you know, with just the writing on. But I'll do that off camera. So in pencil, I've written on each page, each side, front, flap 1, flap 2, flap 3, flap 4, inside, flap 5 and 6, and then the back, so that I could then correlate those with these pieces. So on the back of these pieces, which I did off camera, I've gone and written in pencil front, etc. So it's just a matter today of us gluing these on. Now I've found some ribbon for a closure, which I thought was a lovely sort of spring green, and I really like this. It's very pretty. So what I want to do is, before I put down the front mat, I want to glue this around. So it's going to be glued around. Paddy, are you okay? It's going to be glued around like so. You've come to tell me you're okay. Oh, that's all right. What you're just snorting for like a piggy? What's going on? Hey? Just been out with him, and it's a miserable day again here today. the last 2-3 days we've had sort of rain non-stop night and day, so it's very muddy where I take him. Anyway, I'm going to glue around the middle, so I'm going to do that first before I put down any mat. So I've made sure that this is equal at the end here, and then I'm just going to use my beacon 3-in-1, and I'm going to glue a sort of eyeball down the middle, really. I think let's have a look at this mat. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, so that's 9, 6, 8, 9. So yeah, about there would be fine. So I am going to just take my beacon 3-in-1, and I'm going to put some on that spine in that area like that, and some here on the front of that area of spine, and I'm just going to literally fold that over onto that glue like so, and press that down, and then I will turn the whole thing over and just put a bit of glue. I'm not gluing across here, I'm just putting glue on the spine at the back, down the spine and either side of it like so. That's all we need, because once we've glued the mats down, that will keep this in place. Okay, so that's our tie. Okay, right, so this is the piece that I wanted for my front, and now I've rounded the corners of mine like so. So I quite like that effect. So let's get going and just mat these as we go through. So I thought, you know, it's not a very exciting thing to be doing on video, but I wanted you to see, you know, how it's coming on and how I've made it. So that's just going to go on there like that. That's very, very pretty, I think. That's a thrush in amongst some spring flowers. Very nice. Oh, I expect somebody's gone to next door now. This always happens when I decide to put the video on. It could be the postman, I don't know. So just excuse Paddy. Right, so we're going to open it up. So I've designed it so that I've got the 4 envelopes. So I glued this flap inside this one, and then the other flaps are glued here and here. So I wanted it to have 2 opening pages here and then the middle, so it closes up like that. Okay, so this is flap 1 here, and flap 1 now flap 1, is that flap 1? Oh, it must be, because it's very wide. I don't normally make them that wide for the envelope flaps, so we may swap them over a bit. So let's have a look. So these are narrow ones, which makes more sense, you see, because I don't want that covered. Just hold on one moment. Sorry about that. Some guy was knocking on next door's door, and I didn't think Paddy was going to stop, so I thought it was best to pause the video. Right, so we've put the front panel on and we've put our closure in. So we're going now to flap 1, which is this one here. So let's stick that down. So we have to make sure with this one, and this piece has come out of the Edith Holden Cookery Notes book. As you can see, it's got the planner on the back. I have to be careful with this one, is we don't want it to be glued too close to here, so it's going to be, I need to glue it kind of up to this bit here, So that's what I'll do. Oops, take the pin out would help, wouldn't it? Oh, I hope everyone's all right and doing okay in face of what's going on at the moment. Such a terrible time. I really feel so sorry for the Ukraine people and the Russian people, really, because they don't really have a say in anything. I think they're, you know, under the thumb, really, under the cosh, more like. But I won't talk about politics on here because it's not really a platform for that, is it? All I want to say is send my love and heartfelt, you know, positivity to them all, praying that the powers that be will see sense and stop all this nonsense. Absolute nonsense. We don't want a third world war. None of us do. You know, it's all the lies I can't stand, all the lies, you know, that are going on. So that's that pocket there. Okay, right, so I've kind of been going through putting them in place. So I want flap 2. So flap 2 is going to be just writing, I think. So I'm not sure whether to have it that side on. Let me just move this over. I'm not sure whether to have it this side with all this writing or have it here, which is all about May and June. I think we'll have it this way round. Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness me. Sneezing. Do you know, I take an allergy tablet every day throughout the whole year, because once my optician says you can still get hay fever symptoms, allergy symptoms, even in the autumn and winter, because obviously there's lots of I'm just thinking before I put this down, lots of leaves and things coming off the trees that have spores, is whether we want another envelope. So we could have this envelope. We could have that underneath there like so. And we could have this lovely green. I found this one in my stash. I've got about 3 or 4 of them, and that would be quite nice actually. And I'd mat the inside of that one and strengthen the underneath of that opening. So I think we'll pop that one in. So let me just glue this down. So you can put in as many or as few extra bits as you want. It's entirely up to you, you know. So I've got a butterfly on this, so I kind of really could do with it this end because the butterfly is that way. Now let me just see, what would it look like if it opened this way on? The butterfly is coming from that top corner, or do I want it from the bottom? Well, I think the top corner's okay. So I'm just going to lay it down where I've glued the back of that flap, but I'm not laying it close to that crease, you see. Not too close anyway. We'll move it over a tiny bit. So I just want to make sure that that will open. So then we'll put this mat down. So I'll just put a bit more glue on this. Oh, this looks like her snails walked all over it. Some people pay good money, you know, for the snail trail, whatever they call that liquid gooiness. Put it on their faces to make them look younger. I don't know if it actually does work. If anyone's tried it and they think it does, let me know. I could do it looking a bit younger. So we've now got an extra flap there, which is a nice spring green, I think. Just a plain one, like so. Okay, and that's nice for decorating then, and adding maybe a pocket on. Right, okay, so now we're on to flap 3. Again, I've made this smaller, like so. And I wanted to put one of the lovely Violet's envelopes in this one. Now, do I want to stick it in? Have one like that, and then one like that. It's got a little bit of distressed paper in it, which is nice. And that would open that way. Do I want it like that? So I've got it as a downward pocket, but then it would be upside down. So would I, so this is the choice. So I could have it this way up, like so. And then, yeah, I don't know actually what I want to do with it. Now that I've got it out, about if it goes under that, and we have it as a double piece there. So we've got a pocket at the back here, and we've got this here with this lovely flower design on. So that would mean there will be 2 like that. Decisions. So I just want to make sure that because once it's down, obviously it's done. So that one would open like that. Could have a card in there. That one would open, and we could put some ephemera in there. And then we've got this one, which is flap 6, which is there. So what have we got on the page? So I've put them down on the right pages. So on the next page here, we've got a pocket here underneath there, and we've got these 2 here. And then next door to it, we've got this one here, which is one of Julie at CameliaCraftsDesigns lovely envelopes. And I've put I need to find some acetate to go in that. So is that too many pockets all in one place, do you think? That's the back of that one. I'm not too sure. Certainly don't want to put it on the back page because I learnt my lesson with the winter one. Maybe we'll have it. Let's see. We want those there, like so. Okay, let's leave that for a minute. So on this one, I also made this piece, and I've made this as a gatefold. So this is actually a piece of card, and it's quite thick, and it measures, where's my ruler? It measures 10 inches wide and approximately 7 inches tall. And I've used my creasing. Oh, do you know, I can't even remember what that's called. Oh God, oh, I'm having a bad day. I've used this, whatever that's called, and I've forgotten what it's called, and I creased it either side. So I've creased it, I've measured it in, so I measured it at 2.5 either side, and I've put a crease in there, okay, like that. And then I've made those into flaps, so it's like a bit like a gatefold. Okay, right. So my idea maybe was to perhaps put that on there, but we can't now because we've put that on there, that envelope. So this is what you need to decide where you want things. So that's flap 6. Okay, that opens like that. So that's going to be there like that, and that's going to open up there. Now I don't think this would look good if I had it here and then had that over the front of it. It's a possibility, I guess. But what I wanted to do was place it on a page and put a bit of a tie around it and actually glue it completely down. So we'll put that to one side for a minute. It's not, I think it's going to be too wide for this. We could put it down on there and then have that as a side tuck on flap 6. Actually, I'm going to swap these around. I'm going to have this here like that, and then this is going to be on flap 6. This one. Like that. So that will go there like so, and that will go there. Then this one will go here, and then we will turn it over and we'll have this one here. Okay. Is that how I want it? So I think if we're going to put this one in, you know, what I'm thinking now is taking this one out and having this how I wanted it, like that, possibly, or like that, and that there. Yeah, so we'll leave it and we'll have it over the front, I think. Okay, right, we'll look at those envelopes in a minute. Right, okay, we're going to have a bumper one here. So this needs to be glued. So we've made the mats for the front and the inside of this and the back. So let's glue these all down. So I like to have a bit of a border around them. That's that one. And just make sure, I think this one is for this side. Yep. Okay, and then this one on the back. Now just checking, would this look nice if it was inside like that? That would open like that, and then we'd have a hidden spot there. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Right. So let's get that down on there, and I want it as even as possible. And top and bottom like that. I think that's good. That's got like a little poem on, a Coleridge poem. And then, which one's going on there? That one. Yeah, just wanted to make sure I had the right one. So I'm only lightly gluing these with this Beacon 3-in-1. I'm not going mad putting loads on so it doesn't all squash out. So making that line up with the top, the first flap, like that. And then this back one. It's very lovely, this is. Lovely papers out of the Edith Holden Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady book. Let's look at that one, make sure they look similar, and they do, because that is the whole, that whole piece. I've cut one piece of paper into two so that that is the picture, so it kind of matches up there like that. Okay, so that one's done. Right, so we wanted that on here, but we wanted something behind it, some yarn or something, or some string, just to tie that up. Or we could have put the crocodile in and have a little bit of a tie there. I think that's, I might do that. So just going to pin that glue for a minute, and I'm going to measure this. So I've got 7, just under 7, so if I say 3.5, so around about there, and then I'm going to match it about there. Okay, just get the crocodile, my lovely favourite crocodile. You know how much I love this. Not going to use the big hole and to make a hole there, and then another one there, like so. Hopefully they line up. Yes, they do. Great. And then we want closure, don't we? See how I avoided saying what it was actually called. These are star-shaped ones. I don't really want those, so I think we'll go for these bronzy ones and see how we get on. Dread this bit. I dread it. Okay. Oh gosh, my thumb does not want to work, and that worked out very well. Pray that the other one does. Okay, it's the force of it. I haven't got that strength in my hands because this thumb doesn't want to work very well. If it doesn't go in properly, I'll just get my husband to do it when he comes home. This one didn't go in as well as the other one. This has a tendency to lock itself as well. Okay, I don't know why that one didn't go in as well. I just don't know what size I'm supposed to be using. I really don't. I don't think that is going to make a difference. No, I get my husband to finish those off, but that's looking good anyway. My hands really hurt, so it's not really a good idea for me to use that, I think. Okay, so I'm going to pop this down, and this is going to flap over the top now. So that's really nice, I think, inside. I'm just going to stick it down completely, and I want some of the wording obviously to show. So I'm not making an extra. Oh, my pin wants to stick to me. I don't think I'll make a tuck. I could make a tuck in the top there, says it would be sturdy. Okay, let's do that then. Let's make a top tuck, and we can make a journal card. So a tool journal card. We'll see how it goes. I can always glue it down if I decide I don't want it as a tuck. So I just need to get that down quickly, and if I edge it down there, the bottom, I've got the wording around the edges, and then we've got our top tuck there. Okay, that's good. Okay, right, okay, well, I'm going to pause the video now. I'm sticking down all the others because we know where they're going, and I'll be back shortly. Hi everyone, I'm back. Right, I didn't want to do all that on camera. I thought it was too boring for you. So now this is what this is beginning to shape up to. So there's our lovely front panel. We've matted the ribbon underneath, this lovely spring green. So we turn it over, and we've got two flaps like this. So we've got a side pocket here, and I'm all gluey. My fingers are all gluey. A side pocket here, and then we open it out. We've got our lovely gate piece here, gatefold piece, with another envelope flap here, side pocket here, side pocket here, and then we've got two small envelopes there. Then I've put the violet envelope here, and we've got a nice panel there. So I didn't use the envelope from Julie at CameliaCraftsDesigns, but we've got an autumn folio to make, and a summer one, so you know, I'm sure these pieces will come in handy. Okay, so then we turn those in. So obviously we've got the two side pockets, close it up, and we've got the back here. Now this one is not going to have a sewn in journal booklet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little journal, and it's going to go into one of these pockets. Haven't decided which one, or the journal could go into this up here. So we've got some work to do. So I don't think I want to sew one in here down the seam. So we have got room for one actually. Okay, so that will be another video. We'll look at that another time. So I don't want to then put my lace and everything down the spine until I've decided, but this is the sort of combination I thought. So I've got this lovely wide kind of netting lace, very pretty embroidered netting. Really, it's just a panel that's that wide, but it's too wide for this. So what I thought I'd do, and we're not going to stick it on today, but I thought I will cut it down the middle. Let's have a look. So I don't think this tears, not in a straight line, so I don't want to kind of ruin it by trying to tear it. So I'm just going to snip it a bit at a time down there like that, and then I thought we could still use it, because what we can do now, and this is going to be the underneath piece, is we can glue one piece to go over there, so we've got that showing, and then turn it over, and that will be glued down. We'll glue this piece to overlap that piece there on the spine, so we've got the same width on that side, like so, if you kind of sort of understand what I'm trying to say. So it will be something like that, and then we'll put this lovely lace over the top, so it'll be a double layered one, and it will look on the front, it will look something like that, and I think that's pretty. It goes with the spring. So that's the plan for the spine. So we put those pieces to one side. Okay, so inside I need to strengthen these pockets back and front, because things are not going to go in these. This is just book page. And I'm going to match inside this one, and also these are stiff. These are very stiff little envelopes, so those are fine. So may stencil those. This one I will match. So let's find some scrap Edith Holden bits out of the scrap paper bag and see what we've got that we can pop in here to make this. So it'll be something like that, which will just go in and cover the back there, so there's some interest there. So that, I think that piece just about fits in. Let's see if we've got a bit that's a bit wider. So I've got all these scraps at the moment, which I need to kind of make use of, really. Let's see what we've got. This is the country cookery notes, country diary cookery notes. So let's see if I've got another piece. Most of them are uprights. I don't have a lot of horizontal pieces, and lots of them are small. I think that's probably the widest piece I've got in my scrapbook folder. Yeah, most of them are uprights. I don't want to use a cookery notes paper. So there's that one. And there's actually a piece here that's obviously from a similar book. I don't know where that came from. I honestly don't. I don't know if somebody gave me that piece of paper out of a book, but it's very similar writing, and it's got like the autumn poem, so I have no idea, but it's white. It's strange. Anyway, yeah, I think that first piece is probably the best piece for me to use, unless that's any wider. Well, there's a plain bit there. So I keep all these bits because they do come in handy for things like that. Okay, let's put these all back now. Yeah, don't throw away your scraps until you've finished, because you can make things out of these, you know. Put that bit of acetate in. There's a nice big piece. That would make a nice card though, so I don't want to cut that up. Okay, right. These pop back in. So keep that piece out, and those, they're like alive, these are. Right, that's gone, all gone. Right, so is that piece going to be any wider? That was a shaped piece. That might be. This piece. I don't know what you're grumbling at, Paddy. Honestly, he probably thinks I'm making a lot of noise. Never mind, he does when he decides to bark. So that's okay, that piece. And what we can do is just distress down that bit there, so there's no white showing in there. So I just take that. Oh, I need a new pad. I know I've been wanting a new pad for a while. I just haven't changed it, so I just get in there with that. Okay, so let's see now. You can pop that piece in, I think. So just going to ink the edge of that, and I can probably fold that over and just cut it the same shape, roughly, and then that can just pop in there, so like that, and that's a bit of interest there. So I'm just going to pop that in. Very chilly here today. I've had to have the heating on, and hoping that we don't have to use the heating much more going forward. We haven't really had it on much actually the last few kind of days, because otherwise your bills, and you know, obviously the cost of fuel in the UK, I don't know about anywhere else, is going up sky high. So then I want to strengthen the inside of this. So what I'll do is I'll take some of these edge strips that have come off the edge of the book here, and I will just cut those to down, and they will be used to just be stuck inside these flaps. So that's what those are going to be for. So I'm just going to cut that one down. So that one can go there, so about there, like so. I'm just going to ink the outer edge in case it shows through, so I'm going to stick that one in, because this is what I use to just strengthen the envelopes, because these envelope folios are lovely, but some of the envelopes are not very strong. Now you could do this before you stick the envelope in to the folio, so that's literally going behind there and it's out of view like that, and that Oh, I have to turn it round. Okay. Luckily enough, I realised in time that I'd glued the wrong side. So I'm just gluing it just below the front edge of that envelope, like that. Okay, and then we'll have another piece down here. So just going to kind of eyeball that, and so I'll just snip a bit off there like so. And so I want to glue this side. I want to ink that outer edge just in case it should show. Turn this round and pop that into there like that, and then we just want a piece along here. So what we could do, I've got some of these circles left I've already cut out. Let's find a plain one. Is that probably it's not quite big enough, so I'm going to just take this and I think I'll probably have that bit showing. Paddy, did you hear him? Honestly, I am ruled by my own dog, you know. I hope you all realise that. Yes, he's got a very effective timepiece. I don't know where he keeps it. Doesn't have a pocket. He doesn't have a wrist as such. Well, it's not visible, let's say, but so that's just strengthening that there across there like so. Okay, so that's how I strengthen my envelope pockets, and I think that's probably enough for today. Probably had enough of me, I expect. I hope you're all keeping well. And I have a bit of news, actually. I have opened my Etsy shop. At long last, I managed to get it open and sorted out. I'm only at the moment selling in the UK until I kind of get to grips with it all. All my postage will be free in the UK. And my shop name is Scrappy Doo Sue's Crafts. So if you're on Etsy, have a look at it, you know, and we'll see how it goes. It's taken me a long time to sort of build up the confidence really to open a shop, and I had a few pieces that I'd been making over time that kind of have piled up a bit, like my altered book and my winter sparkle journals and the little mini booklets and things like that. So they're all on there, and you know, I found it difficult really to price things up and know what to price. And my husband sort of said, well, you shouldn't undersell yourself, you know, you have to think about the hours you've put in, the resources you've used, how much they've cost. And well, we'll see, you know. I'm lucky in that it's not my main income. So, if you're on Etsy at all looking at anything else, please feel free to have a look at mine and see what you think. Right, so on that note, I have to remember how it shuts, don't I? So I've got those like that, and that goes down like that, that shuts like that. So off camera I will mat the back of all these other envelopes and strengthen the back of these, and then we'll be ready to start decorating the front. So I'll have a think about what I want to use for that, and we already know how we're going to do the spine, and then I'll have to think about the notebooks. So the next episode, I think we will look at the journal. It'll be a slim journal / notebook, and decorating the front perhaps first of all, see how we get on. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for joining me. Take care everyone. Bye bye.